Hello, this is Kevin Olson from TextLearn.com, and this is review exercise 7.2C of the Intro to Java series. So what we're going to do in this exercise is create a coins class, and that will be an object which has 4 different instance variables: pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. And all this object is going to do is it will store those 4 different values and calculate the number of it'll calculate a get value which can return the total value of the coins object. So if we say, for example, have a coins object that has 4 quarters in it, it will return a value of 1.00 with our get value method. And then it'll also have a get dollars method which returns an integer value with the dollar amount, and then a get change method which returns an integer value with the change amount. So I have sample test code down here, so you can just see kind of what I want this program to do a bit more. So we're going to create a new coins object. Coins, coin wallet 1 equals new coins, and then we have our 4 different values that we are going to use with our constructor. The first one's going to be the number of pennies, the second one's the number of nickels, dimes, and finally quarters. So if we create a new coins object with 1 penny, 2 dimes, and 4 quarters, that is $1.21. So when we run our get value method on that, it will return $1.21. When we return get dollars, it will return an integer with a value of 1 because it's $1, and get change will return a value of 21 because there should be 21 cents in there, and that's exactly what that does. And then in the second example, we have a new coins object with 9 pennies, 5 nickels, 2 dimes, and 9 quarters, and you can see that that has a value of $2.79. Get dollars is 2, and the get change returns 79. So let's boot up Eclipse and take a look at this. Of course, I always recommend you try to do these things by yourself before watching the lecture videos, but if you are having problems, I'm going to go through this all step by step. I'm just creating a new project here, and I'm going to call my main class app, and that's going to have my main method in it. And then I'm going to create another class in here called coins, and that's what we will use to create our coins object, and we will just not give that a main method, of course. Okay, so first thing we'll have to do is create our instance variables. So we're going to have an instance variable. They're all going to be integers. So we're going to have, actually they're going to be private integers. So we're going to have private int pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. And then we're going to go ahead and create our constructor. And that's going to have 4 parameters. So that will be a public coins, because we want the main method to be able to create it from the other class. So public coins, and that will have int pennies, int nickels, int dimes, and int quarters in there. And then we just go ahead and set those instance variables to those values. So we use this keyword. This pennies equals pennies. This nickels equals nickels. This dimes equals dimes, and this quarters equals quarters. So we're just assigning our object's instance values to whatever the parameters that we are given. So that's all there is to our constructor. Pretty simple. So the first method we're going to create is the get value. Did I call it get values? Let me make sure I'm just using the right names here. Yes, the get value method. And this will return a double with the total value of the coins in that coins object. So we'll have public double get value. And all we have to do for this guy is count the number of pennies, count the number of nickels, multiply that by 10 or 0.10, count the 0.05. Wow, I'm messing up my currency here. Count the number of dimes and multiply that by 0.1, and count the number of quarters and multiply that by 0.25, and add it all up. So we'll have a double total and then we will do total plus equals this pennies times a 0.01, total plus equals this nickels times 0.05, total plus equals this dimes times 0.10, and total plus equals this quarters times 0.25. Then we go ahead and return that total. And that will give us the total value of all the things in this, and double total equals 0. And that'll give us the total value of everything that we have in there. So let's save that. Now let's go to our app and create a new coins object and test that first method out, because we should be working incrementally. So we want to make sure that that first method works. So coins, my coin wallet equals new coins, and we will give this 10 pennies. Let's give it 10, 10, 10, and 10. So if we do the math here, we should have 10 times 2.25, and that is $2.50. 10 times 10, that'll be another $1. 10 times 0.05, and that'll be 50 cents. And then 10 pennies. So when we add those all up, we have $2.50, $3.50, $4.10 is the total value of that coin wallet. Let's test that out. System out print line my coin wallet dot get value. So we're printing out that double with the value. We run the program, and it says 4.1, so that did work. So we have a coin wallet there, the coins class that is worth $4.10. Okay, so that get value method clearly worked properly. The next one is going to be the public int get dollars, and all this guy is going to do is return the total number of dollars in that coin wallet, or in that coins object. So dollars, all we have to do is int dollars equals int this dot get value. Then we return that dollars. So what we're doing here is we are getting the value of this object, so that'll call our get value method that we just created. So we know that that'll return 4.1, and then when we cast that into an integer, which we are doing here, that gets rid of the stuff coming after the decimal places, because of course integers don't have decimal places, and that'll leave us with just the 4 being remaining there. So let's try that out. Let's do system out print line my coin wallet dot get dollars. We run that, and we can see that it returned a value of 4. So the only method we have left is the get change method, and that should return the 10 cents that are left over there. So why did I do that? Public int get change, and what we're gonna have here is we're gonna have to find the amount of change, and because we already have a get dollars method which finds the amount of dollars, and the get value method, all we have to do is take the value minus the amount of dollars. So say here we have $4.10, we subtract 4 from that, that's what our second method happens to do, and then that leaves us with 0.1. Then we can multiply that value by 100 to get the total amount of change. So to do that, we'll have double find change equals this dot get value minus this dot get change, minus this dot get dollars, and then we multiply that value times 100. And we had to use parentheses around here because we want to do the subtraction first before we multiply by 100. Otherwise it would do this, if we didn't have those parentheses in here, it would multiply by 100 with get dollars, and our values would be completely off. Another thing we're going to have to do is, let's see here, int change equals, we cast that change amount into an integer, find change, and then we return that change. Let's give that a whirl. System out printout, get change. We run this, and you see that it says 9 here. So we wanted that to be 10 and not 9. So that is a rounding issue that is occurring, and we can fix that with, let's see, change equals math.round, okay. And that rounds towards positive infinity, it looks like. So if it's, in this case, it's probably something like 9.9999999 in double format. So we just want to round that up to 10. So we can use the math.round function and just round that change value. Or actually we should round, not the change, we should be rounding the double. So find change equals math.round find change, and then int change equals casting find change to an int. So let's run that again. And lo and behold, now it says 10 instead of 9, so that fixed our rounding issues which were occurring there. So that is really all there is to this program. Let's delete all that and go back to my website. We will copy and paste the main method here, or at least the contents of it, and we'll see if we get the same results as what I posted online. So let me see here. We'll paste that in there. We'll run the program. And let's compare that to the output that we have on the website. Okay, so the first one here, it says, oops, too much stuff. Okay, wallet 1, get value, $1.21, $1, get change 21. Wallet 2, get value, $2.79, get dollars is 2, and get change is 79. So that looks like it worked properly, and that concludes this lesson. Take care.